Well, hello. Welcome to Drawing with Fire. I am Valarie, your neighborhood pyrography artist, here to help you guide you on your burning adventures. I'm joined with hubby, Jason. Okay. And today we are going to focus on just the glass ink jar. And I do notice that my lines are off, so I'm going to have to very quickly fix those before I start burning. Hi, guys. Hi, Paul. Hi, Andrew. And I'm sure Eve's somewhere. Hi, Eve. All right.
You know, your lines are never off. Those are artistic choices. Made
No.
Made on purpose.
This line right here is off. In fact...
What line?
Well, I will show you. If you...
Just point at it.
Right here... along the bottle, the line is off, and I realized that though looking at the photo it doesn't look as off, but when I was cleaning it up for the thumbnail I noticed it. So I'm going to take the pencil and just...
I think it's just a defective bottle, like it's a characteristic of the glass.
No, it was how I had the indent right here. I'm not playing. Oh, okay. Yeah, it wasn't me. Yeah, that's it. It wasn't me.
Andrew says it's quiet.
No.
You ready to hear us?
No. I checked. Everything is on. Hi, May. Let me know if you can hear. Everything is on. Hey, Meg. No audio. Oh, you're kidding me. I fixed all of this. Oh, Meg can hear. Oh, thank you, Meg. And Eve. Okay. Andrew, turn your volume on. Oh, good. Okay. Now we'll get back to this. Well, Andrew figures his audio.
Would be bad.
Okay, so some of these lines are off, and because we're focusing on glass, they really need to be straight. So I'm just going to quickly fix it.
How can you fix glass with a pencil?
It's magic.
That's amazing.
It's amazing.
And Andrew says he's gone deaf.
Oh no.
Honestly, I don't really see the issues that you're talking about, but it's okay.
It's just a little bit of cleanup.
I know. For you.
Alright. I'm going to start with the Optima 1 shading spear. And I've been using this tip quite a bit, and I still have not cleaned the tip. I haven't needed to clean the tip. I'm not having to wipe it off. The difference is I'm not burning black all the time. And that does put... trying to get adjusted here. That does create a lot of carbon. So... Alright. Now, I don't know how well you can see in the photo without... Do I need to zoom in a little bit?
Well, I don't know. The ink bottle's kind of predominantly covering everything, but you're just working on the ink bottle.
Yeah, I'm just working on the ink bottle. I didn't want to... I wanted everybody to be able to see it. So let's do this. Let's see if that helps. Alright. There, if you look at the picture, hopefully it's big enough for you guys, there are nuances. It's not strictly black. So, we're going to start off a little lighter because we can always build up. This is a blue ink bottle, but can't see that. Let me make sure I'm on screen for you. And here we go. It's always hard to first get started, even on a piece you've already been burning on. I did finish the video for the book part, so I will have that up tomorrow. I just need to do the audio.
And I think the book looks lovely.
I had a lot of trouble with this wood. See? No.
Okay.
No. And this will go darker. And the graphite paper I use to transfer, these lines are really hard to get off. And I've never had that problem with the transfer paper or the wood. So, now the light reflects throughout the bottle and the ink, and that is what creates the different contrast. I mean, you could burn this all dark, but then it would look more like a silhouette. I personally don't want that. So how's everybody doing today?
Paul says that he's reloaded and now everything is grand.
Oh, good.
Meg says, so many things to worry about. Eek.
Once you get used to it, Meg, I promise, it becomes second nature. There are things that I forget about all the time still. And I have to go back and kind of touch things up or fix things, but that's okay. I almost actually sanded this completely away and retransferred it and restarted because I was so unhappy with how the burning was going. But I decided to go ahead and push through and hopefully not let this ugly stage get to me too much.
You're nicer than a lot of my finished stages.
No, that's not true at all. Now, I'm going to do a video on this. If you notice, the burn's getting lighter. Not only is that because, of course, each part of the grain is different, but because I've made contact with this tip for, good 30 seconds, the tip cools off because the wood draws the heat. So just lift it up, kind of readjust, and that little readjustment gives your tip time to reheat. This pen does heat back up very quickly. And again, it just becomes second nature. You'll lift your pen up while you're looking at your reference photo, because it's still important to know where your hot tip is at all times. And in doing that, it gives it time to heat up. And I am trying to touch back down in an area that's already burnt and a little darker. That way, if the tip has regained too much heat, it won't make the blob. The blob. The blob.
Okay, stop it.
Why? It is the dreaded blob. Oh, I'm off screen again. Come on. Gotta stay there. When I zoom in, it's harder. I forget to look up. Okay, so I can erase some of my pencil lines, and unfortunately, They're really not going to go too far.
No?
Not really. Sorry if it's shaking the camera.
Shaky cam.
Shaky cam. Alright, let's go. This is going to make some noise. Sorry.
Paul's asking how we are.
I'm okay.
And Meg says, I'm planning to do a couple of widow ornaments for friends who have had babies or gotten married, and I'm hoping my graphite is easily removed.
That's awesome, first of all. Beautiful presents. Secondly, I do know that the Mona Lisa graphite paper is a little darker. There are other... it's not my favorite. It's a good paper. It's just not my favorite. The actual low Connell that you can get at Michael's is really good about coming off. But I would test it on the back of your piece before you go ahead and try using it. That way, if you don't like it, you haven't done your whole piece. Okay, this part is a darker line where it can. The book is lighter than the ink bottle, so I'm gonna go ahead and it's gonna look like I'm outlining, and I guess it kind of is, but I'm gonna bring that temperature, that same temperature shade in.
Okay.
And it won't look outlined. But we gotta go hotter. And I also am trying to burn on a lighter setting, and push down a little bit, and it's kind of burnishing the wood, so that when I do bump up the heat, again, it's more gradual. With the book, I really did go in, and I went in a little too hot. In the video, I used sandpaper to make adjustments. See, this area is going to have to go hotter. I was burning on a 3. I just bumped it up to 3.5. This darkness on the edge helps give the bottle its roundness. You see it's dark along here, but then we've got some highlights that are white because it's glass.
That makes sense.
Alright, Mr. Smarty Pants.
I'm entitled.
Oh, you're entitled.
This is my day.
And why is this your day?
For no particular reason.
Why is this your day?
No, let's just drop
Why
it.
is this your day? Since you brought it up, we're going to take a 5-second break because you brought it up.
5-second break?
Today is hubby's birthday. Woo! Look at the screen.
I see that.
I'd sing happy birthday to you, but it's trademarked and copyright.
Thank you, though.
I don't want to get hit with that.
Yeah.
There we go. So everybody say happy birthday. Okay.
Well, hubcap's still hanging in there.
Of course you
I'm
are.
rusty, but I'm still doing my job.
Yes, you are.
Spinning round and round and round.
Anyway, I wanted to surprise him with that little...
I am surprised, actually.
Well, why?
Why?
I do all kinds of
I
stuff.
thought you were going to do this high-tech.
That was not high tech. I didn't even make that. I Googled royalty-free gifts.
Oh.
And not all of them were characters that were...
Thank you, everybody. Oh, Andrew can hear again.
Yay, he has ears. I should have taken off my hoodie before we got started. Now I'm getting a little warm. Studio was 56 this morning.
Really?
Yep. Alright, trying to get the little nuance. It is darker. Hopefully on the screen. It is darker where the book is reflecting up into the glass. So we're going to make that darker. This is still set on 3.5, but because I've had my pen off the board, it's been able to heat up. And so this line, this line is more prominent in the glass than the bottom ones, but I don't think I want to burn that dark. So we're going to go back up along the edge. I'm trying to hit the areas that are very similar. I can always build it up more, but I don't want to have to sand again.
Nobody does.
Nobody does. But I do need to pull it off of so it stands different from the book. We do have some light here. This, let's see here, this area is dark right up along a highlight. So we'll get that in there. Okay, and let's see here. This area is mostly dark with a highlight along the back edge between the box and the bottle. What stinks is I'm going to have to burn over a pencil. Alright, here we go. Noises. I'm trying to lighten up the pencil line as much as I can because I know it's not going to fully go away, but I don't want to burn it in. Now the pencil I drew with, just a regular mechanical pencil, didn't cause any problems. That comes off the board very easily. Okay. Make sure I'm on. There we go. Do I need to zoom in more or see? Oop, that was hot. Look at that. That was hot.
Really?
Yep.
Is that because it was sitting while you were?
Yep. And
racing?
I didn't test before I put it down. Okay. That's why I'm such a big advocate of testing your tip before you put it to the board. I think we'll be okay with this. It is dark glass in areas, so I'm not going to have to worry about blending as much as I did on the book. That was a lot of blending. Ooh, thunder. Move that out, straighten it up. I think it's going to be okay. I do feel the tip kind of grabbing the grain. It's a little frustrating. I think we'll be okay. I can work around that. This area is darker, so I might as well darken it up so it doesn't throw me off. And let's see here, we have darkness at the rim. So this right here is a highlight. I know it's a highlight because I can see it. I'm gonna, and I did not press very hard when I was transferring in this area. I'm gonna try to lighten it up a bit. Hopefully no shaky cam. Should have done this part before I started. Okay. See, it's not really coming off too much.
No.
Nope. Alright, so oops, there's my test wood. Also, when I'm hitting the test wood, it kind of cools the tip down for just a second, enough for me to get onto the board, blow, and make contact. Pull it down, blow a little bit if it gets too dark. this is pretty round. I don't think it's that round. In blowing, I'm just taking the edge off the heat. Makes it easier when I set back down. Ooh, let's scoot it over. We're gonna go up under the lid. Yep, under the lid.
Are you happy to be using your more advanced tool?
Yes. Though once I adjusted the shader tip, it was much easier to use.
Andrew's sound is out again.
Oh no. I wonder what's going on with that.
I don't know. He says he'll sit in the quiet corner.
Well, I hope he gets it figured out. A little blowing. Just trying to get...
Apparently Paul was singing happy birthday, but he said it's like screaming in space. Because no one can hear you.
Because nobody can hear him. I'm going to turn it down a little bit, back down to 3. Because I need to kind of blend these out a little bit. So, blow on the tip. And get that in there. Now here, I can blend into the darker so it doesn't look so shocking in the difference. Remember, you can always darken it up. Lighting up the dark is a bit of a pain. So we will go back to the 3. And this tip is nice to get into small areas, but I think I'm going to switch it out for a spoon shader. What do you,
You're going to switch it out, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what pin I'm going to switch over to
The
so
glass.
that I can work on this area. I didn't switch out, oh, that's a bummer. I didn't switch out for the, there's a shader. I mean, I've made it known that razor tip is not necessarily my favorite, but there is one tip that I really like, but I didn't switch it out. Make everybody wait.
The glass is looking really nice.
And there's some places that it's off if I look at the picture and look at what I'm doing.
Well,
But
as a professional artist, I would say that the best thing to do is not to look at the picture.
well, I need the picture in order to get my...
When you're done, you burn the reference.
Is that what... Oh,
yeah,
I've been doing it wrong.
And then when people ask, is this from reference? Can I see it? And I'm like, no, you cannot.
The reference is gone.
The reference is gone.
Let's see here. I think we're kind of missing a slope here. A little bit of slope in the wood. Or in the ink bottle. Duh. I'm burning on wood. Looks like you're getting rain for your birthday. We haven't gotten any rain in a while. Let's see here. So this is lighter. And I use this tip because I can get into smaller areas before I switch over. We're going to highlight here. And then I really don't want the pencil in the area of my highlights. Makes it kind of look dirty. Alright, let's try this again. So this part goes darker. This kind of, yeah, the way I'm holding the pin, the tip is grabbing the grain. Okay. Darker. This does kind of outline. Sometimes there are outlines, so. Oh, tip grabbed right there. I don't know how well you can see it. It's going to take a second. Yeah. The tip grabbed. Alright, I'm going to turn that off for now, and I am going to grab. You know what? I don't use.
What don't you use?
Razor tip as often, since I got the Coldwood. So let's switch over. This is the attached or non-replaceable spin shader. And I'm going to start it off at a 3. Let it heat up for a second. Ooh, you got some dark clouds for your birthday.
Yeah.
Yay. Alright, it's already heating up. And I have a feeling, because I changed tips, that we're going to see a change in the burn color too.
You think so?
I do think so. I think that's what's been going on with the book, because I kept changing color, or changing pins. And I do tend to use my pen a lot up on the edge. Trying to get this smooth. Hopefully I'm not off frame. And I'm trying to blend it together. And I'm not liking, because now I'm getting, it's not even. That's too dark. Now I got a blob.
No.
Okay, I am not happy with this pen.
Whether
it's user error, as in me, or just new. I can blend that in, so I'm not going to pick out. Alright. Let's try. We're going to go to Coldwood, wrong tip. Not that tip. That is not the tip I want. I want the flat shader.
Okay.
And I'm also putting this on a 3. This one actually takes a little bit longer to heat up than the razor tip and Optima.
What is that?
I don't know. It does. Each machine has its own base settings, and it may be that the Coldwood's just a little lower, which allows you to get good lower end heat burns, but I don't know. I can actually go hotter, because it's really not. So I'm going to bump it up to 4. And we're going to see. There we go. There's a little nuance that I figured out with this board. My tip is not flat. So I don't know how I can explain this. Let's see if I can. So I'm not burning straight on flat. Can't see very well. Get it up here for you. Flat. I'm burning with just a hair angle, so that it's more of the side hitting.
When you say hair angle,
it's not a whole lot. It's just a tiny twist of the pin to the left.
So is it mostly flat on the board then?
I would say that I'm using more of the side versus flat. This is flat on. This is a little bit of an angle. And I can actually turn this pin down to 3.5. And that's so it gets into the grooves of the wood, because if it's flat on like this, it's only kind of catching the top of the grain.
Yeah.
But if I angle it just a little twist, I mean a very slight twist, then it gets down more into the grain. And I am pushing a little bit on the tip, and that's to burnish the grain down, trying to get it even. And then I can bump up my heat a little bit and hopefully, in theory, get a smoother, hotter burn because more of the grain is even and burnished. So just a slight angle. You're really not going to be able to see it on camera, I don't think. It's more of a feeling than what you can see. I can feel more pressure being applied to the left side of the tip. Still on the bottom, but the left side of the tip, versus this is flat. And I figured that out while burning the book, that I could get into more areas a little smoother if I did it that way. So, angled to the left. I mean, you can also angle to the right too, but for me, the left is more comfortable. It's not anything more than a personal preference on that. See, the tip is cooled down. So, but I'm liking this color for right this second.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to lift the pen. If I want the color darker, then I'll lift the pen. For right now, it's working for me because I am going to be darkening this. But I'm just trying to get a overall universal burn. Kind of like if you're doing watercolors, you're a flat wash at the beginning and then doing your glazing on top.
Yeah.
Acrylics, I'm guessing, would be the same way.
So, Eve has noticed that burner tip burns so smoothly. And Paul made a comment, so that helps overcoming the extra coarse grain of the wood then, though.
Let's see. A little bit, yeah. I mean, I'm still kind of fighting with it, but not as much as I was. Because I was getting actually quite frustrated. Not frustrated enough to bring out the torch.
That's going to trigger some people. They're going to be like, "Aw."
Are our toasties in the house?
Are they in the house? Yeah, they're in the house. Of course they're in the house.
Our toasties.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Our toasties.
I was focused actually on...
That's the name they decided to be, remember?
That's right. I forgot about
So this is a lighter line. This is a darker ellipse. I'm trying not to lift my tip. A little off, but you know what? I think it's going to be okay. I can alter it because there's only a bright highlight down here at the bottom. The rest is shaded. So I will just have to blend. I'm not going to freak out about it. I'm trying to get this line darker. Ellipses can be frustrating to do.
Yes, they are.
But once you get it even, I think it looks awesome.
Ellipses are probably, I would say, they're probably one of the biggest challenges in when you're trying to be precise, because they're a universal shape, and so people understand if something's a circle that it's going to look different from different angles, and it's such a common thing that if it's even a little bit off, that people notice it and it throws off a composition.
Yeah. I'm angling to the right just a little bit because I'm closer to this side of the line that I want darker. So
Grace says, "Toasties, yeah, I'm so proud." And Eve goes, "Torch, torch."
Not on this one.
And Paul thinks he maybe shouldn't have brought that up.
Maybe I shouldn't. Gotta give my finger hand, or my finger hand a break.
Give your finger hand.
My finger hand.
Woo, finger!
Finger hand.
Yeah, May says, ellipses are evil. I concur.
You can do it. Just take your time and slowly...
Slow.
What I mean by slowly work up to it, meaning burn further out and work your way closer to the line. That way you have some wiggle room.
Yeah.
And it's easier to adjust versus if you go right up to the line and trying to get it right then and there. Tip's hot, so I'm going down to a darker area to bring it up. Let's see here. We have a line right there. And every time I lift the pen, whether accidentally or intentionally, I try to remember to go back down into a hotter or darker shade and then work my way back up. Now, I don't always do it. That is one thing I do try to remember. Touch down in a darker shaded area you've already done, and then move quickly to your area. Now within this bottle, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to pull that off. There are bubbles. Bubbles in the ink. And I do want that nuance of the bubbles kind of showing in the glass, through the glass. So I got to figure out how. I think what I'll do is go with a lighter burn, because I know I need to burn that area. So we'll do lighter burn. And then I can go in and negative burn around where I want the bubbles. And darken the area. See, I got too much of a curve there. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna fix that. Yeah, this graphite paper on birch, I have no problems with it. I mean, it's a little darker, but I have no problems erasing it. But on this piece of wood, it's just not.
Not working, huh?
No, it's not working. It's a little frustrating. Touch down and hotter, bring it up. See, I know this line is here. I don't think this line is right.
Looks right to me.
No, I'm thinking that this line right here was to tell me that this area above it was darker, but it stands out so much. Now I could take sandpaper and get rid of it. To get rid of this line right here.
Which line?
The one I'm trying to cover.
Ah.
I'm trying to straighten it up and cover it. Like that.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Okay, not bothering me as much now.
Oh, that's good.
Let's see here. This area is lighter. Maybe if I take out the white, it won't bother me as much. Is it still on screen? Yeah.
Yeah, you're on screen.
Okay. So now I can slowly... A lot of people would have already probably had this bottle done. And did a good job on it. But I am so picky, and it's not anybody's fault but my own.
Well, that's true.
Hey, which part? Wait a minute. Which part? Wait, which part? Which part am I hanging first?
That you're picky, and that it's your fault. But that's good. That's what makes your work so good. If you weren't picky, then it would be a mess.
Well, I'm sure there's people who are just as good, who are able to do it quicker and are less picky. That's just me.
There's a comment in school the other day, and somebody was having trouble with something, and they're like, "This is art. It doesn't have to be good." And I was thinking, oh, Val would disapprove of that.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with doing a half-assed job.
Well, I didn't mean to trigger you.
Well,
It was supposed to be a funny story, not a moment of anger.
No anger. It's just, to me, that's just taking the easy way out.
It is, and that's exactly the point.
And then that's that area up there. We're going to have to fix it. That is not correct. Okay, so here we go. Might as well take the time to show you how to fix it. I'm putting my hot pen up in my soldering iron holder. It's easier for me to reach. Alright, so right here, I'm going to take the picture off and zoom in, since we're going to fix this, hopefully. Bear with me. What was that?
That's me bearing with you.
God. Okay, it's your birthday. I'll let it happen.
Yeah, it's my birthday. Just let it happen.
Yeah. Right here, I lost my lighter.
Shh, just let it happen.
It can only happen a couple times. Alright, so I'm using the side of the knife, not the sharp angle. And that's just so I can get into the smaller area. Can everybody see? Thing is this is gonna rough up the wood. And if I can't get it light enough, I may have to pull the sanding paper out. But then I have to be careful because I've already burned the book area. But the book is not completely done. I stopped just short of it being done because I need to be able to adjust any of the darks once everything else is in. Alright, this is just not... Alright, sanding. For a small area, I just take a small piece of sandpaper. This is 220 to start. And I wrap it around just a piece of wood.
Any piece of wood?
This is small enough for me to handle into small areas.
Does it matter if it's like angular? Does it need to be a circular piece of wood?
No, this is just a regular...
Could you use a pencil?
You could use a pencil.
Could you use a pen?
You could use a pen.
Could you use a spoon?
You could use a spoon. You could use a fork. You could use a knife.
I could not use a knife.
Let's see here. Make sure I'm on the screen. Now this is going to take... I'm trying to get just into the small area. I can't see it. So that's one of those hold breaths, and I hope it works out.
It's like good advice for life.
I'm actually going to try to wrap it around with something thinner and smaller. So this is just a nail file that I used to use to clean my tips. Not anymore. Just something that holds the sandpaper. Let's see here. And then I tend to use my eraser, and what the eraser does is it pulls the sanding debris out of the crevices. I'm thinking. This is a file because I really want a small area. I don't use a knife very often. You see, I don't know how well you can see it, but the knife and the file leave a little bit of gouges that I don't want. So what I'm going to try is take the file and just wrap a little bit of the paper, sandpaper, around the tip and see if that gives me a small enough area. You know what? There we go. See if it gives a small enough area. I mean, I could fold the paper, but I'm trying to keep it from cracking the sanding surface. So I'm just trying to take off enough. Now this is damaging the wood, and I have to be aware of that when I go back in to burn on it.
Yeah.
Alright, you know what? This is 320. I had to work back up to 400, which is where the rest of the piece is sanded. Let's see here. Don't want that. No. On screen, I hope. No, I'm off the screen, aren't I?
I'm sorry. Not doing my job.
It's your birthday. And I'm also trying to blend out my sanding, which means taking off just a little bit more than I wanted. See, I do have a gouge. I can feel it. Not good. Yeah, it doesn't look like you guys can see it as much as I can feel it. And 400. Come on, work with me. Let's see how much we can fix it. Some people use box cutter blades, and that works too. Use what works for you. I can feel, yep, I can feel a gouge. So what I'm going to have to do is try to even it out as much as I can, which means going up into where it wasn't focused. On the good side, it pulls some of the graphite off. I probably should have, no, that's 300. I remember doing that. 400. So now I'm going to have to try to hide this. And that's where the fun begins. Alright, let's try to hide this. I'm going to start at a lower heat setting. And I'm going to go ahead and pull out the Optima. Yeah.
Okay. What are you gonna? Why did you decide on the Optima?
Because it has a pointy tip that I can get into smaller areas with.
Ah.
So I've got it set at 2.5. Just enough to kind of work my way back up. Is it on screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Work it back up. So I know the base is a line along the bottom that curves on the edges. So let's try to put that in. I'm on really low heat. I can actually bump it up. Alright, going to 3. Look at that. I can't even get a bottle of ink done in an hour. A small bottle of ink.
Well, when did we start? We started at 11, right? A little after?
Yes.
Well, we've talked about this before.
I know.
Burning is...
Everybody's time is precious to me.
I know.
And I appreciate that they give me any time.
And they're spending time with us by choice.
On your birthday.
Yeah. And they're appreciating, as am I, your attention to detail. Because if you tried to rush through it, this is pyrography. You can't.
No, you can, but you're not going to achieve the goals that you want.
Well, you can't just slap down. It's not like you're just, slapping down something. It's not like a pencil that will draw as fast as you can, as long as the tip's sharp. You have to, modulate the heat of the tip, and you have to be careful because it's a somewhat irreversible process. So there has to be some patience. And people have said in the past that it's relaxing watching you burn. So you're just going to have to be okay with just getting the bottle done.
Well, no, but the thing is I'm not getting the bottle done.
Well, you worked.
That's what I'm saying.
But you've worked a lot on the bottle.
Yes, I have.
And it's a nice looking bottle.
You like my bottle?
I do. Everybody, how's the bottle look? For reals.
For reals?
Yeah.
Not for fakes.
Not
reals.
for fakies. For realsies.
Not to make the same mistake I already made. Because right here we do have, and because the heat setting, I could actually even go hotter.
Yeah, but like you said in the past, it's important to build value.
Of bumping up the heat level, I'm lifting my pen after each stroke to give it a little time to heat up, but not fully. Fix this a little bit. Yeah, I can feel what kind of wonderfully off topics are they on today?
We're talking about cats.
Eve.
And yes, it's Eve. And cats, and Maymay's having a problem with a poopy baby.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, she just changed him, and
He's
apparently that was like his cue to go ahead and fill his diaper again.
Yeah, well, that is what happens.
And then also, I think that in who was it?
It's not.
Grace had an interruption because somebody pulled the fire alarm where she lives, and so apparently that's an issue. And so they're also talking about kids and about how every kid goes through a dumb kid stage.
Yeah, but shouldn't the kids be in school?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
they're speaking relatively kids,
okay.
like kids that are not that are old enough to be out of school but are not quite adults yet, even though technically they may be.
They are not mentally adults yet.
They're not mature.
I bumped up to 4, and I'm still trying to build up the shade, and it's not happening.
No?
Mm-mm. I'm going to try switching tips. I don't think the tip's the problem. I think because, oh my god, I know exactly why the tip's not burning. Are you guys ready for this? Because I know exactly why it's not burning.
Is it because the forces of nature and something happened and it sabotaged you?
Is that your only... Is that your only guess?
What else could it be?
What else could it be? That I didn't turn the wood burner on. I've been sitting here rubbing the wood with a cold tip. It is now on. I was wondering why
You're supposed to say that you're just conditioning the wood. You're prepping the wood for your burn. That's what happened.
That's what.
Yes. All great pyrographers sometimes have to precondition the wood before they actually apply heat. Obviously, that's what you're doing. Everybody knows that.
Whoops.
See? Damage control.
Is that how you do?
Yep. Nobody's the wiser.
Now.
Except for all of chat. And after you post it, the world.
Whoops. See? I make mistakes too. Okay, see, look at that. Now we are getting somewhere. So, note to self, if things aren't working out, make sure you're plugged in and turned on.
Yeah. So, I have to wonder, like, how much time that was.
It was a good 2-3 minutes.
Because you were complaining about not being done with the bottle.
Mm-hmm. It was a good 2-3 minutes. Everybody laughed with me, so it doesn't feel so bad.
Oh, it doesn't feel bad.
Okay, now we have some shading going on. Oh, goodness, now I got tears in my eyes. I was wondering why. Well, I did say it was not the pen's fault. So, that was correct. It was not the pen's fault. This one was completely user error. Alright, so I'm not going to mess with that area anymore. I think I have it enough that I'm happy with. So, let's see here. Need to put some of the book back in. And actually, since I'm using this tip, I think I can do it a little better than I have it. Is it raining? Or is it the computer?
That's the computer.
Oh.
It's not.
Oh, it's hot. Okay, so we are back. Kind of. That one threw me off.
That's alright.
Well, what are you gonna do?
Hmm?
It happens.
Yeah.
I have to say that is not the first time that I got all adjusted and pen in hand and 40 trucks and tried to burn something with the burner off. Not the first time. So if you're watching this on replay, please let me know if that's happened for you. Alright. So I think that's going to be okay. The edge of the bottle I'm going to be okay with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to try that again. This wood doesn't fix very easily.
No?
No. Some woods do fix better than others. Let's see here. Right here we get some darks. I think this is off a little bit.
Grace says, Val, we're still happy to be here. And Meg says I could watch this all day.
Well, thank you.
Don't tempt her, Meg.
Hey, no, it's your birthday. I'm not gonna keep you here all day. Not today.
Not today. Wait, what?
Let's see here. I did not burn all the way up to the edge when I was first putting the book shadow in because I wasn't sure exactly where the book started, but I think now I can kind of get it in there. So I wonder if anybody's printed this out. And I was going to say, if you don't wood burn, but you still want to try the still life, please try it in your chosen media and then post it in the Facebook group. Because I'd like to see what people do.
That's a nice idea.
Yeah. I like to see the different interpretations people decide to do for this. What?
Okay, so what do you do? Turn it on?
Yes, turn on your machine. That is crucial.
Grace says, maybe not for your birthday, as far as staying in the studio all day, but maybe for hers. Well, if that's what you want to do, love. Anything for you.
No, you have homework to do anyway.
I do. I'm actually working on homework right now. That's how come you got off screen. So I'm distracted.
Am I still off screen?
No?
Okay. Whew,
that was earlier.
Scare me. I'm still...
You know, we haven't been streaming for like 10 minutes. I've just been distracted. My bad.
Get your homework done, Joey.
I know.
Oh, let me know down in the comments. Jason has to do a video that he's editing right now for class, and his idea is so super awesome. I am more than willing to post it.
It's the only kind of ideas that I have.
Yeah, only if you don't share them. Anyway, if you guys would like to see his, how would you call your video? I don't even know what the title is.
The title's called Oblivious.
It is a comedy.
It's a ghost story.
But is it a comedy?
It's a comedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me make sure
It's about one man's quest to find out if his house is haunted. And failing.
So if you guys would like to see it, I would love to post it. See, this area.
It's not really relevant.
Later. I know it's not relevant, but...
I mean, I could film some additional scenes with wood burning.
No, but Halloween is upon us soon.
It is?
Next month.
Oh, yeah.
It's the end of September.
Oh, it's raining.
Yay! And so that's relevant.
Yes, I suppose.
I guess what I could do is... I'll find a way to make... Even if it's not relative, I just want to share it with the subscribers and hopefully have them smile. That's all I'm thinking. Oh, this wood is a real pain. I might actually have to sand to get this graphic because this area right here is really light.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you worried about like the transition or something? Like the line there, or like...
Yeah, because...
I mean, because like right now...
There's going to be shading here that's a little lighter in areas here. This is lighter than the perceived wall because we've got shadow in this area. But this line... See how much I can work it out. Funny, you guys can see closer than I can because I'm zoomed in. Maybe I should pay attention to the TV and watch the TV as I work. I could see it better. See, all this is going to be darker. In fact, I'm just about to bump it up so we can see the difference. I bumped it up to 4. And I do wonder if I should switch pins.
The chat says that they would like to see the video.
Yay!
Well, it's going to be a little while, you know, because
Why?
Because part 1 of the assignment is to do no audio. And
okay, we could still hear that though.
Well, I would rather post the whole thing when it's when it's properly scored and has all the sound effects.
Oh. Okay.
You know, CGI and stuff.
We ain't. No. There is no CGI involved. No.
Okay. Right.
And switching pins back to the Coldwood. There is no CGI.
Yeah.
So, is this assignment going to be done before Halloween?
Yeah, actually it will.
Oh, okay. So,
well, enough about me. I'm really liking the texture on the book. I know you haven't worked on the book today. I'm just saying.
Other than
I'm just
the
saying.
area that I...
And I'm really liking the glass.
I'm still...
I really like the little bit of reflected light that's coming through the glass onto the book. It's really cool looking.
Which part? Right here?
Hang on, let me look at the right screen.
Right.
No.
There?
The light part in the corner that's on the book.
Oh, right here.
No. Well, yeah, there too.
So the place where I sanded.
Yeah.
That would have been a lot easier to say.
Oh. Sorry.
The place where you sanded. Instead of playing, where's the light? Okay, I'm
Where's
bumping
the
up the
fun in that?
Alright, I'm going up to 4.5 because I do need this much darker and I do want you guys to see the difference before I also was moving my pen before I made contact with the wood so that I could already have the direction going, if that makes sense. And then right here I'm using actually more of the tip than the base or bottom. I am curious to see how other people would create this. I know Eve would do beautiful watercolors. Try to blend that in. That's okay, I think, because the ink is not necessarily smooth in the bottle. If that makes sense. Trying to get rid of that line. Pencil. And this is the edge of the bottle. Alright, now that I'm burning hotter, I know my tip's hot. Start off in the book and move over. Going for it now. I do start off a lot cautious than probably most people, or some people. Maybe I should loosen up a little bit.
Well, that's why you get that awesome sketchbook.
Yes. But that's for watercolors. I'm talking about for burning. I just need to loosen up in general, I guess. I'm trying to keep my tip moving at the same speed as I move around the board. I am kind of angled to the left a little bit. Quiet. Are they not chatting? Are you doing your homework?
No, they're not chatting. Yeah, that's it. No.
In other words, you're doing your
They're
homework.
not chatting. They said they'd like to see the video, which I already told you. And then... Actually, though, I missed a comment, though. Sorry, chat. Great. May says, I'm trying to sketch the bottle and pen right now.
Ooh.
But I don't do Facebook, so whether or not turns
Twitter?
out will be my secret.
Aw. Well.
And that's what he said. Aw. Cat face.
Twitter, Instagram, you can tag me on Instagram. All the links are down in the description for all the social media. And honestly, I only do Facebook really for art and See what my kids are doing. Our kids are doing. Oh, because next month is Inktober. So I guess this would be a good still life for that. Didn't think about that. I was just going for something glassy to help Andrew and anybody else. Because he mentioned that he didn't like burning glass. We didn't even get up to the plastic lid. Well, you know the routine. I'll finish this outside the live and record and post a speed burning video finishing this up. And next week, do you guys want to work on the box or the feather?
I vote feather.
You vote feather?
Yeah. Although, would it be easier to work on the box? Wait, what's in the back? The box is in the back.
The box is in the back, yeah.
Wait, so when you're doing pyrography, because like when you're painting, like the way I paint the background stuff first and then I move forward, right? But since you're doing pyrography, is it easier to paint like things in the foreground first?
It doesn't matter.
It does not matter.
It does not matter.
Okay.
Because I'm not having to worry about if something is wet or...
Well, I think the feather would be fun.
Okay.
You know.
Because we got metal and then the feather.
But let's see what everybody says.
Okay. I didn't even get to the plastic. Okay, let's see here. This right here is dark. Blow on the tip. Touch down.
Meg says that her artistic ability is non-existent. I would say that's not true.
I think we all have it. It just may need a little stretching.
Exactly.
A little yoga.
Yoga.
Oh, metaphorically. Meaning, we all have to awaken, I think, our creativity, and it takes practice. There's very few artists of any kind who are born doing art and stuff right out the door. And even those people who are naturally gifted still have to practice.
That's true.
See, where I put the lines on the lid, I did that telling me these were the darks. That right next to it are our lights. And I'm going pretty dark. We have a shine right here in that area. Am I still on screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, May's asking if you do Instagram, because I think May is going to post in Instagram.
We do, and the link's down in the description.
Actually, Eve just posted it in chat.
Oh, okay. Our Instagram is actually both of our Instagrams combined.
Yes, but mine has nothing in it, so that's...
Your art's on there too.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Ah.
That's why I said you need to start looking.
Yeah, I guess so. Whoops. Guess I...
You have quite a few older paintings posted on there.
Oh, yeah, I gotta put some newer stuff on there, huh?
Yeah. Alright, so we got those lines in. Just so we know where they're at. And I keep erasing, hoping those graphics gonna come off. It does keep lightening up a little bit each time. And I said I could take sandpaper. Oops, sorry, sandpaper to it, but let's see here. We are going to bump down to 2.5 because we do have lighter areas in the lid. I'll have to try to blend the graphite into that. Really, doing glass and plastic is about getting your highlights in the right spot and having contrast. I think the highlights are more important when it comes to smooth objects. What do you think, Love?
I think that highlights and contrast, because when you're dealing with like a glass object, the highlights become really crucial because the softness or hardness of the highlight is going to help define it as glass. You know, and if it's too soft, then it won't look shiny. So it's important.
It would look more like frosted glass.
Yeah, you know. So and I think that's really important. So yeah, I think so. I think the highlight here, especially when it comes to glass, is going to be the most important quality of it. Cat says feather.
Says what?
Feather.
Feather. Oh, okay. Feather. Let's see here. These are lighter. These are darker. I'm really disappointed with how the graphite's not coming off. Now I am going to use white colored pencil to put in the brightest highlights, just so we can see how that goes. I don't tend to use it in my work, but I'm curious. I think it can be used too much.
Yeah.
So I think we need to find the balance. Okay, so I've got the basic in. I'm going to pull these ones out. Right now I'm on 2.5. I really just want a light burn to give me guidance, but not how to make sense of that. Guess I know where I'm going later.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not done, but I think it's getting there. Oops, I guess it helps if again I have it on screen, so I'll back it out for you and make the bottle go away. There we go. Hopefully everybody can see. So what do we think so far? I am going to work to get that graphite off. Is it looking like a bottle? Glass bottle? With a plastic lid?
Well, it looks like a glass bottle. Right, it has a lid.
But it doesn't look glass yet. Actually, I think the lid looks a little more metal so far.
So far it does, yeah.
I will put in the darker darks. And I'm trying to get the angle right because the oval kind of looks a little off with the way the board was. So, do we have any more questions? Next week.
Eve says, yes, it's looking good.
Next week we will do the feather.
Okay.
And tomorrow, no later than Friday, I will have the speed burning up for the book.
Okay.
And get this done.
Okay. Grace says looking great so far.
Awesome. Well, if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like the video. And please help share it. Even if people, you don't think they're interested in wood burning, you never know who's going to pick up on it.
That's true.
Happy birthday, love. I hope
Thank you.
everything Is that happy for you?
It always is. As long as I have my face in a cake.
Oops, I don't have a cake.
It's okay. I don't really want cake.
Okay. Happy burning, guys. Bye.
Bye.